Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. There is a movement, it's got a lot of activists in it, and it's basically parents. 119,000 signatures on a petition asking for what they're calling an allowance of school holidays. That is to say, where parents can take their children for up to 10 days a year outside of school holidays so they can go on holiday outside of the normal holiday times when prices are very, very high. They can take them outside of that and enjoy the lower prices. They're saying it's the only way sometimes they can actually afford a holiday because of the uplift during the holidays. And I quite agree. 10 days a year, though, seems rather a lot, given how few actual days they are, in school. You take off all the holidays, you take off all the weekends and things like that. 10 days represents quite a percentage, really. But, you've got to pick a number. 10 days is as good as any because it just means 2 weeks, doesn't it? So I kind of get it. But, this is being pushed back by the local authorities, local educational authorities, saying, yes, but, your kids then have to make this up. It'll slow everyone else down and so forth. Well, no, not if everyone gets those 10 days. Everyone's got the same pullback, if you will. I can see the argument from the parents and I can see the argument from the LEA, but I think the parents should actually win this one for the sake of family integrity. Education is important, of course, but there is more to education than just learning. Sometimes, you need emotional education, getting away, family time, having that time apart. There's arguments for and against, I get it. However, I will point this out as well. This has got to be looked at against a background of, truancy, for the want of the word. People who, ever really since the lockdown, children have been missing a lot of school because school's not really there. I'm doing a work from home. They don't like it. It's becoming optional almost in some families, and kids that are only going to school 3-4 days a week. Some less than that. Some will go in for a couple of weeks, then get enough, and they have to leave. It's emotionally stressful. I mean, God, what are we raising as the next generation? But I get it. These are kids that were going through that period, especially if they were the younger ones, 4 or 5 years ago when it was all there. They do have that sat in them at their most influential time when it comes to schooling. They're now struggling a few years later. It's understandable. So again, while I disagree with it, and I think they're all a bit snowflakey, I can accept the psychological reasoning why this is happening now. Parenting is hard. You've got to force them in, but if you don't, hey. Well, now, on top of the 10 days a year allowance, the government are also now looking at fining persistent, truant children. Obviously not, you can't fine the child, you fine the parent. But what's a parent to do if they actually physically take them into the school and the kid leaves? Wrong then, I think, to fine the parents because the school is at that point in loco parentis. Fine the school. Once you start fining the schools, of course, things will change. But it's a very difficult thing. We need stronger parenting and we need less snowflakey children. That's for sure. But I am coming down on the 10 days out of school allowance, just simply for hospitals. Hospitals, holidays. Oh, hospitals. Anyway, let me know what you think. It is a difficult one. It'll be interesting to see what your views on both those subjects are, the truancy and the allowance. I think, it's a long time since my son was at school. He's 34 now. So, and it was a different world back then. Let me know what you think. Thanks a lot. Bye.